Hey everyone, Jack here, TalkNorwichCity. I hope you're all doing very well indeed. So good to have you along once more. Pre-season is done. Norwich City start their championship campaign next Saturday in South Wales at Cardiff. Have the nerves hit yet? They have for me. It's going to be a fascinating year or so ahead, and I cannot wait for it to begin now. So I thought we shall delve into what happened in pre-season, what we can take from it, what went well, what didn't, and come to some form of assessment. Before then, though, a big thanks to today's sponsor, OneFootball. You guys know all about OneFootball. They are a brilliant free, yes, I must repeat that, free app, and I use it all the while. I've used it to track Norwich City in pre-season, and I will continue to use it to track all of the latest news, all of the latest statistics, all that's going on in the world. And the best thing about it is you can also stream live football on there with certain matches as well, as you can see. Scrolling through Norwich's pre-season so far, started way back in July. Worth noting as well, OneFootball free to download down in the description. So it started back on the 1st of July, 24 days ago, against Dierum, 4-0 win. Then we jetted off to Germany for a 2-2 draw against Jean Regensburg. Kings Lynn beat them. Life peaked on the 16th of July when we all thought we were, winning the championship, 100 goals, 100 points, when we pumped European giants Marseille 3-0. Cambridge saw them off 3-1, and then things started to turn ever so what in the world of Norwich City with our recent trip up north to Scotland. 2-0 defeat to Celtic and a 1-0 defeat to Hibs today. So I tweeted earlier, and this is never a good idea. Tweeting, just in general, never good. I tweeted, for those that watched the Hibs game today, because if you can tell by my horrendous glasses, marks, I wasn't watching the game, I was in the sun today. What worries do Norwich City have? And according to the first few sarcastic replies, thank you to Bethnal Y&G, who I do like on Twitter, he says, if Norwich play the under-23s, they aren't as good as the first team. Thanks for your insight, Bethnal. Nick Dennis says that some Barmy fans don't understand the role of pre-season friendlies. So thanks to Twitter, as always, for being insightful and glorious. I was more asking for the fact that I'm... From the games I watched Cambridge, Marseille, Kings Lynn, what else? And the Celtic game. I'm still not seeing an out-and-out identity. Now, look, I get what pre-season is. You can't read into it too much. The times that Norwich City have done well in pre-season, often it's backfired, and we haven't played particularly well at the start of a season. But... maybe it's because we've gone from Daniel Farke, where there was such a stubborn identity, and even when it wasn't necessarily working, we stuck to it, to a Dean Smith style where it still doesn't really feel like he's got a team that he likes and enjoys. He hasn't really sculpted it. The players that we have signed in Isaac Hayden and Gabriel Sara are injured, so they haven't been featuring, and that's probably kind of taken the edge off the excitement slightly, because the whole point of pre-season, you see the jazzy new kit and the flash new players. That hasn't happened either. And it's almost been like the excitement has come from players re-emerging into Norwich City form. Todd Cantwell, Onel Hernandez, Jordan Hugill, players that we kind of already knew had it, but have proved it this pre-season to a certain extent. So look, I'm not concerned going into the start of the season. I'm not as confident as I was probably 2 weeks ago, mainly because I've been reminded of the force of Middlesbrough and Sheffield United and Burnley, who have signed quite well. So the Championship isn't going to be easy. We know that much. We also know that Norwich City's transfer dealings, there's not going to be too much more of it, because we spent a lot of money on Gabriel Sara. And we also know that there's probably not going to be too many more outgoings. Now, Christos Jolis has gone out on loan, which, does it surprise me? No, it probably doesn't surprise me. So hopefully he'll go out there, get a season of good football under his belt, come back, rip up the Premier League. Here's hoping. But recruitment once again showing that it wasn't particularly strong, to be polite, last season. And as I say, we're now once again relying on the likes of Onel Hernandez, Jordan Hugill, Todd Cantwell to hopefully prove themselves. Now, if they do, they are almost like 3 new signings, which is potentially the way we're going about things. It's also fascinating to hear, I think, opposition fans talking about Timu Pukki. I've seen a lot of fairly shrewd betting experts put up Timu Pukki for top championship goal scorer. I don't think that's going to be the case this season. I think he will continue to score goals. He will. He's a classy striker with fantastic movement, and he's going up against championship defences compared to Premier League defences. If he can score 10 plus goals in the Premier League, you would expect him to score at least that and more, hopefully, in the Championship. I just don't see the chances created for Timu Pukki to the level that we did last time we were in the Championship. Now, we had Emi Buendia and Oliver Skipp and, just almost a cheat code of attacking midfielders in behind him. That's my main concern surrounding Norwich City at the moment, is I don't know how Dean Smith gets the best out of his attacking players. It's been fascinating to see Jordan Hugill score goals. Will he be starting as a striker? If so, it's unlikely that Timu Pukki will be dropped. So do we go in a 2? Does Jordan Hugill not start? And then he'll probably be frustrated because he's going, well, look, Dino, I've put in a good pre-season here and now I'm not starting. So it's going to be fascinating. I think the area of the pitch that I'm fairly confident with is the defence. I think we go into the Championship with a strong docket of defenders. I'm surprised we've kept Max Aarons up until now. Dimi Anulis is another fantastic Championship player. We've got 3 strong, versatile centre-backs in Gibson, Hanley and Ahmed Damabelli. We've got 2 extremely proven goalkeepers in Angus Gunn and Tim Krul. So that area of the pitch for once satisfies me. The midfield, still a slight concern. Still haven't seen Isaac Hayden, Gabriel Sara. And then I think we've got enough attackers. You've got Sargent, Rashica, Cantwell, Hernandez, Hugill, Pukki. The list goes on. But I just don't know how they function. And that's the concern for me. I haven't learnt many lessons there in this pre-season. I think I would have liked to. So there we go. Everything starts next Saturday. We've got a huge week on TNC coming up. There's going to be so much content hitting your screen, so can't wait for you all to see that. And let me know how you're feeling going into that opening game. Are you confident? Are you nervous? Would you have liked to see more? Or do you think pre-season's just a load of nonsense and I should shut up after 8 minutes of chatting? Probably the latter. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.